Welcome. This is the Raleigh Municipal Light Board meeting of December 12th, and the time is 7 p.m. And just a reminder that this meeting is being audio and video recorded. Our first agenda item is review and approve minutes from prior meetings.
I'll pass around the minutes from the August 14th meeting, and if you have some there as well.
Yeah, I actually. No, this is the August 14th.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. And I have read them myself. Find them to be okay.
Yep, I have too.
You read them, Ken?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have, yep. Yep.
So if everybody's read them, we need a motion.
Make a motion that we accept the August 14 minutes.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made and seconded to accept the August 14th minutes as presented. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried. You got a master set? Do you want us to sign?
Just one of those two is fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, the next item is review a visit from Massachusetts Office of Disability and report if available.
Excuse me, Bob. Can I just interject before we go on to the next?
Oh,
item?
sure, yeah.
There is a few meeting minutes that are missing, and I think we need to catch up on those. And I know we had spoken last time about
Yep.
the executive session minutes, and I think we need to kind of catch up on those.
Yeah, no question about it. And I think
Okay.
Eric is working on some of them,
So I
Okay.
have 2
the
days
ones
left.
that he's got.
Right.
And I've also spoke to the town. There are two confidential secretaries that work here,
Mm-hmm.
and they're willing to do them as the time becomes available.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm working on that right now.
Okay.
So it should be getting started fairly soon to get some of those done,
All right. Awesome.
to get them all done, actually.
Yeah.
Just need to talk to you about how we're going to compensate them for it.
Okay. I think we've done that before through the payroll. And we already have something in place for that, so
Okay,
that won't be a problem.
yeah, that'll work out good then.
Okay.
And they both will share it. Like I said, they're both confidential secretaries, so we should be fine.
Okay.
Okay,
Cool.
so we go on to agenda item 2, review a visit from Massachusetts Office of Disabilities.
At the last meeting, we had talked about a visit. Well, start over. We talked about calling the architectural board to find out if the light department building was accessible enough to have the light board meetings at that building.
Mm-hmm.
And I did contact that board. They referred me in turn to the Massachusetts Office of Disabilities,
Okay,
who then in turn sent me to the Attorney General's office.
yeah, I
But
think,
in doing that, I talked to the Office of Disabilities, and he suggested he come out and do a visit of the building just to make sure it is compatible or ADA compliant.
okay,
And we did have a visit from him, and I
Mhm.
was waiting for the report. He said 2 weeks, and that was 2 weeks ago. So we have not received that report yet.
okay,
But what I can do is I just give you a quick rundown of what we went over, and a couple of different things that probably will be on the report. He started out in the driveway and walked in all the way up the ramp in the door, and there are a number of things outside that he found that we may need to take care of to make it truly ADA compliant.
okay,
The driveway itself, the handicap spot, is over the 5-degree slope, so it may need to either be regraded to a 0-degree slope. And then the concrete walkway that comes up to the first walkway across the grass is over a 5-degree slope.
Okay.
And that might need a handrail.
Yeah, that was supposedly at 5 degrees when it was built now. And that was the reason why we used it just as a walkway.
Mhm.
But we could need to check that, I guess. Did he actually put an instrument on it? to check that?
He had a level that actually showed degrees of slope.
Okay.
And he used that to determine the slope of the walkway. There is the opportunity maybe to, if this was built prior to the regulations that
Around
apply today, we may be able to have a variance from today's
Okay.
today's regulations, but
Do
you know,
we know what the date is of those, when they were changed?
I believe it was 1995 when the walkway and everything else was done, but I'm not sure exactly when the date of the regulations
Okay.
changed. I was kind of waiting for the report. That's going to have all the information in it.
Okay. Yeah, it was 94, 95 that all of that work was done.
Okay. As far as the interior of the building, we have an electric assist doorway in the front. That was, once we figured out, that should be fine. And as far as the entryway into the building, going into the office, and then going around into the back room, there were no issues with that as long as the doors remain open during the meeting. So that was fine. The bathroom passed. There's just one thing on the bathroom that's minor. It's the flushers on the wrong side of the toilet. So, I mean, that's minor stuff. We can work with that. And as far as the meeting room itself, that was fine. There's enough space to get a wheelchair around the whole table. So that was fine. But when I get the report, I'll make it available, and then we can talk about it at another meeting.
Okay. Sounds good. Any other discussion on that
No,
topic?
that's good, very good.
Okay, now item number 3 is depreciation account changes.
Currently, the way we transfer money from our cash to the depreciation account is basically with just a letter that's drawn up in the office and sent over to the treasurer's office, and then basically the money's transferred. What I'd like to do is I'm going to change that to a monthly warrant process, so that there's more of a paper trail and it's done on a monthly basis. So going forward after January 1st, what you'll see on the warrants is an actual amount. It's going to be around probably $19,000 to $20,000 a month. That's automatically going to be transferred right to the depreciation account
Okay.
instead of the way we're doing it now. And I'm going to talk to the treasurer about the way we invest the depreciation account and see, we may be able to make some changes as far as that goes to increase our return on the investment. But I'm going to talk to the treasurer to make sure,
Yeah.
because she has basically control over those accounts.
Exactly.
So, but I'll talk with her and see if we can make some changes on those
Okay,
accounts.
no, that sounds good. Yeah. So, any questions?
Oh, that's good.
No,
Okay.
Rather see more revenue for the money than just laying here.
Well, I would like to see more revenue, but I certainly don't want to put it in a risky position.
No, there's plenty out there that's
I
not risky.
mean, you can make all kinds of interest, but
Yeah.
Well, what I can do is I can have a gentleman come into a commissioner's meeting, and he can speak to you directly about the type of funds they
Yeah.
invest in. I believe it's mostly corporate bonds in that case, and those are really basically risk-free. They're all rated by Standard & Poor's and Moody's as far as their AAA rating
Yeah.
and whatnot. So
and
it's
actually it would be basically, the final decision would be at the manager's, the
The
treasurer's
treasurer,
discretion.
right.
So
Mhm.
maybe we could, if we do that, we could invite her in at the same time. Or
Okay.
you can talk to her about it ahead of time, at least. Let her know.
okay.
Get her opinion on it, because the law is pretty specific. She's the one that controls it.
Yeah, and there is a law as far as what we can and cannot invest in, and this company follows those laws. He works for a number of municipals,
Okay.
municipals right now. So
All right. Item number 4, rate study conservation conversation with Chuck Underhill.
when I got here, I was under the understanding that we had talked to somebody about doing a rate study. I'm not sure if the board had a discussion. It's been started. I believe it was started, if I'm correct, 2010 when Linda was still here. She had a conversation with Chuck Underhill, and I do have a proposal here. I didn't make copies of it, but I'll pass it around. This one's dated February 14th, 2011. It's from Chuck Underhill. But I'm not sure how far we went with it, if there's a signed agreement, if there's no signed agreement with this gentleman for the rate study.
Okay, we, at least from my side of it, we weren't involved with it.
Okay,
I don't even remember it coming up at a meeting
okay,
as the fact, in which, I mean, the manager certainly has that discretion, but,
right,
so I don't know, I've never seen a contract, or,
okay.
I know I saw a few bills being paid, but,
To my understanding, there's only one bill that's been paid to this gentleman, and it was not really part of the rate study. It was a very small portion or a piece to it.
okay,
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a meeting with this gentleman probably in the first week of January. Talk with him about, because some information has been forwarded to him as far as income statements and as far as what we have for rates right now.
Yeah.
And then what we'll do is, after I have that meeting with him in January, we plan on having him come to the board meeting in February to talk to the board about what he plans to do for rates and what we envision the rates to be, going forward.
So you're saying we should get involved with him? Is that's what you're recommending?
Well, the board basically votes on the actual rates.
Right, that's,
So I think the board should be involved in seeing what we're planning to do with the rates before we actually does all this work. Is my feeling on it, and that's up to you. I mean,
yeah,
as
what
far
I'm
as the
saying
board
is,
goes.
we were gonna hire him, is that what you wanna do? I didn't,
I want
like
to talk
Bob
to
said,
him,
I don't remember, we didn't sign any contract with anybody, but,
Mhm.
you know,
and I don't know if anything was signed either. I
Okay.
can't
Yeah.
find anything, and that's why I want to have a meeting with him
Talk
in
with him,
January and
yeah.
talk with him, find out how far he is, find out what information he does have, what else he needs, if anything. And basically, get an understanding from him of what we need to do next.
yeah, it looks like here he actually did some demand analysis,
Mhm.
and that's what he got paid for.
And I will forward that to you in an email,
Okay.
so
that'll be good.
you have
Yep,
it.
okay.
well, you can continue, I can just,
Well, the next item agenda is an executive session, so we're gonna need your undivided attention.
Let me ask a question first before
Yep.
we do this.
I'll read it when you
Yep.
send it to me anyway.
Okay. I'm not sure if, I put that on there to see if the board actually wanted to go into executive session to talk about that item or not.
I think everybody was emailed, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think we really have, I haven't heard anything more. I don't know if anybody else has, but I haven't heard anything more.
No, I haven't either.
It's been, about 2 weeks now,
Mm-hmm.
and we got to the information that was requested.
Okay.
So I don't see a reason to go in executive session.
Okay, very good.
I thought you might have had something else that was,
No, it was just on that other item that we were dealing with, so.
okay. So, I really can't talk about anything else, but is there anything in general?
Well, everything's going good, you're settling in there?
Everything's going very well.
Yeah.
Everybody's been helpful. As you know, I mean, I keep saying it, I sound like a broken record, but everybody there is good. Everybody's been good to me so far, so there hasn't been any issues at all. Just trying to find my way around, make sure learning the way everything's filed, and just finding everything, basically, but everybody's been a great help.
Good. That's good to
You get
hear.
any desk yet or anything?
It's on order.
Good.
I went down to the place in Danvers and ordered the desk. It's right on Route 1. Well, I can't remember the name. Bay State? Bay State Furniture.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And everybody got their copy, right?
No, I didn't.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I took it off the thing and
You gotta
the,
go to the internet.
Oh, I'd probably get it in one of the, yeah, I've had this, how many copies of this has been out already?
Well, that one's
Yeah, that's
February
February
10th,
12th.
12th. That's the latest one.
Yeah.
That's the one that's got all the new requirements in it.
I'll probably get one of the towns.
Okay,
I usually get them.
and there will be a test on it.
Good, you can answer the question. Answers.
oh,
Okay, is there anything else that needs to come up before the board at this point?
Make a
don't
motion
know of
and we
anything.
adjourn?
no.
You wanna say yes or what? I
What's
made a
that?
motion that we
Oh, you
adjourn.
made a motion? I'll second the motion. To adjourn, you mean?
Okay, a motion made and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried.